Well, good morning again.
Hi, welcome. This is my husband, Ola Hart. Many of you in Greenbelt. We're residents here. I'm Ingrid, and we have been performing together for 25 years. However, our puppets are only 5 years old.
Everything that you see here and are about to see, we have made so that we can tell you the story. Ingrid has made the puppets, we have made the sets, we've written most of the songs and written the script so that we can tell you the story. And if you like what you see here, please tell others about it, because that's the best way to spread the word. Of course, we are also on the internet, on Facebook, and we have a website and so on, but the best way is really to talk to other people about it. We also have a little display out in the back and a brochure that you can take with you if you want. We've already talked about cell phones and candy wrappers and all of that. So I think we should just get started.
Mother of the fairy tale, take me by your silver hand, take me in your silver boat, sail me silently afloat. Mother of the fairy tale, take me to your shining land.
On top of a small hill, surrounded by a meadow, rested a tree stump. Once, it had been a large maple tree, giving shade and shelter. People came to rest under it from the hot sun and from their day's work, and animals and children climbed in its branches. But then, a storm pushed down its crown. Men cut down the trunk for the lumber, and all that remained was the stump. And even that was hollowed out over time, its core slowly nibbled away by beetles and earthworms. A large branch that once reached out to its side now was gone, and in its place was a finely rounded hole. Well, it was towards the end of winter. Spring was on its way. The earth was awakening and sent out little green shoots, signs of flowers soon to come. A few warm days had tempted many animals out of their winter hiding places. But winter was not done yet, and on this morning, the sky was covered in snow clouds. Gently falls the snow all around, drifting softly down to the ground, floating pure and bright, cloaking everything in white. Gently falls the snow all around, drifting softly down to the ground, floating pure and bright, cloaking everything in white. Soon the whole meadow was covered under a white, cold blanket.
Through this white world, Bunny Fleet-of-Feet came hopping along. He was hungry and looking for something good to eat, but all the grasses and nuts were now covered with snow. He dug into it, but his nose grew very cold. My home full of snow, I must wander alone, wander alone. No grasses to show as I lollop along, lollop along. My home full of snow, I must wander alone, wander alone. No grasses to show as I lollop along, lollop along.
To make matters worse, a bitter cold wind started to blow, and it tugged on Bunny's paws and long ears. Howling, biting wind does blow, whisking and blasting gusts of snow. Air is freezing,
wind
brisk,
does blow, whisking and blasting gusts of snow. Air is freezing, brisk, it's teasing, frigid it cuts through feather and fowl.
Howling, biting wind does blow,
swiftly
whisking
the
and
wind
blasting
does
gusts of
blow.
snow.
Bunny gave up all thoughts of food for a while and tried to find shelter from the cold wind. He noticed a hole in the stump. Could there be room inside for a little bunny? He called out, "Tree of old, beloved tree, is there maybe room for me? Are you a house or someone's nest? May I come inside to rest?" There was no answer, so Bunny Fleet-of-Feet made his way inside the hollow stump. It was spacious like a palace. The hole was a window for light to come in and for Bunny to look out. He made himself right at home. A home full of warmth I have found in the snow, found in the snow. No wind can come in as I sit here just so, sit here just so.
Well, it was not long until running along came little mousy Nibbletooth. He was scampering to and fro, leaving teeny tiny footsteps in the snow. Nimble feet run over snow and ice to keep the shivering little body warm. Never standing still, I run about till I find shelter somewhere from the storm. Nimble feet run over snow and ice to keep the shivering little body warm. Never standing still, I run about till I find shelter somewhere from the storm. Soon, little Mousie arrived at the stump, and after carefully eyeing it, he too called out, "Tree of old, beloved tree, is there maybe room for me? Are you a house or someone's nest? May I come inside to rest.
A house it is, and nice and warm, to give me shelter from the storm. Now come right in, there's room galore for Bunny, little mouse, and more.
Little mousy Nibbletooth followed Bunny's path into the stump, and soon they enjoyed their new home together. Two is more than one, so warmth it was doubled, and new friendship won. Nimble feet ran over snow and ice to keep the shivering little body warm. Never standing still I ran about, but I found shelter in here from the storm.
A home full of warmth we have found in the snow, found in the snow. No wind can come in as we snuggle just so, snuggle just so.
Nimble feet ran over snow and ice to keep the shivering little body warm. Never standing still I ran about, but I found shelter in here from the storm.
Bunny said there was room for more, and that was a good thing because not long after, another creature arrived. The most unlikely sight in winter. Frog jumps a lot. He too had been awoken by the first signs of spring, and now he was wishing he was still at the bottom of his friendly pond. With every leap I bound away from cold and snowy ground. My feet grow cold, my legs are tired, a new home must be found. With every leap I bound away from cold and snowy ground. My feet are cold, my legs grow tired, a new home must be found. With two little skips and one mighty leap, he jumped over the stump. It looked inviting, so he called out, "Tree of old, beloved tree, is there maybe room for me? Are you a house or someone's nest? May I come inside to rest?"
A house it is, and warm and nice for bunnies and for little mice. Now, come right in. There's room galore for bunnies, mice, and frogs and more.
So Frog Jumps-a-Lot sailed into the opening of the hollow stump to join his two new friends. They were a happy band indeed.
Nimble feet ran over snow and ice to keep the shivering little body warm. Never standing still I ran about, but I found shelter in here from the storm.
With every leap I bounded away from cold and snowy ground. Now that I'm warm, I'll croak and shout to join in with the sound. With every leap I bounded away from cold and snowy ground. Now that I'm warm, I'll croak and shout to join in with the sound. La 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 la.
The singing could be heard outside the stump, and it attracted a fine musician. Redbird, bright of plume. Eager to join them, he flew over to the stump. In flight or in song I bring joy to earth and lift it right up to the sky. The sound of my song fills the heart with mirth. My feathers give joy to the eye. Redbird Bright of Plume's parents had known the stump when it was still a large maple tree. And so he too called out, "Tree of old, beloved tree, is there maybe room for me? Are you a house or someone's nest? May I come inside to rest?"
"Oh, a house it is, not just a log, for bunny, little mouse, and frog. Now come right in for warmth and song, and join the cozy, joyful throng."
Redbird, bright of plume, gladly added his voice to their song. "In flight or in song I bring joy to earth, and lift it right up to the sky. The sound of my song fills the heart with mirth, my feathers give joy to the eye."
Nimble feet run over snow and ice to keep the shivering little body warm. Never standing still I run about, but I found shelter in here from this storm.
In flight or in song I bring joy to earth, and lift it right up to the sky. The sound of my song fills the heart with mirth, my feathers give joy to the eye.
They were a happy band indeed. Together, they sang away all thoughts of cold.
While outside, the wind blew harder than before. Howling, biting wind does blow, whisking and blasting gusts of snow. Air is freezing brisk, it's teasing, frigid it casts through feather and snow. Freezing, brisk, it's teasing, swiftly the wind does blow.
Night approached. And under twinkling stars, the animals that sleep during the day awoke to the snowy landscape. Among them was Skunk Bushytail, whose white stripes blended in with the snow. In the darkness, he looked like an odd shadow moving about. Striding along through this meadow in snow, my stripes all in white, there is not much to show. Striding along through this meadow in snow, my stripes all in white, there is not much to show. Skunk Bushytail was also looking for shelter from the cold wind and snow. He heard voices from inside the stump. He called out, "Beloved Stump, Stump in the night, I see your shape in the pale moonlight. Is there still room inside to rest? May I come in? I'll show my best."
"Oh, Bushytail, we know you well, sometimes by sight, but more by smell. You may come in to join us here. Take care, don't spray. Then come right near."
Skunk Bushytail was famous for the unbearable stench he could spray at his enemies. He didn't like it much himself and only used it when he was very frightened, as a last resort. He gladly joined the others inside the hollow stump.
The animals talked for a while about their adventures this winter, then got ready to go to sleep. Suddenly they heard, barely, maybe just sensed, another animal approaching, and it made their hair, their fur, stand straight up. It was Prowler, the wolf. Darkness hides my face and stride. Cold and wind are now my guide. Darkness hides my face and stride. Cold and wind are now my guide. Prowler the wolf was suffering from the cold. just like the other animals. Slowly, he stalked up to the stump, and he called out, "Tree of old, is there a nest in your rotten, wasted rest? Is someone home? I hear a stir. May I warm my shivering fur?"
Oh, Prowler, none of us has ever thought we'd house with you, lest we be caught. But on this night, we will be bold and spare you from the frightening cold.
Gratefully, Prowler the wolf made his way inside the stump. It was now getting tight, whereas before it had seemed like a palace. But together, they kept each other warm, and that was the most important. Again, they settled into the night for the night, and soon all slept peacefully until the morning.
A new day dawned. Icy and crystal clear, but the animals were still warm and cozy inside the hollow stump. It was Mousie Nibbletooth who first felt the ground tremble under her feet. She said, "Someone is coming to our house."
Indeed, as the animals looked out their window, they saw a giant shape bumbling across the meadow towards them. "My snout is cold, my paws are numb, King Winter still is here. Jack Frost is nipping at my fur, my cave is nowhere near. My snout is cold, my paws are numb, King Winter still is here. Jack Frost is nipping at my fur, my cave is nowhere near." Bumbler the bear walked right up to the stump and plopped down in front of it. "Tree of old, beloved tree, is there maybe room for me? Are you a house or someone's nest? May I come inside to rest?"
Oh, Bear, a tree might give you shade, but this is just its rest. It is our house for 6 of us. You put it to the test. If you come in, it will get tight. There won't be room to move. But we will try with all our might, our friendliness to prove.
And so, Bumbler the bear squeezed into the stump, and it was now almost too tight to move. But the bear's fur was soft, and they all snuggled up to him. "My snout was cold, my paws were numb, King Winter still is here. Inside the stump I rest and laugh, new friends and warmth are near. My snout was cold, my paws were numb, King Winter still is here. Inside the stump I rest and laugh, new friends and warmth are near."
And so, 7 very different animals found a common home in the old tree stump. A new friendship blossomed, and spring finally chased winter away on the meadow. And made a glorious entrance.
The animals could feel the spring in their blood as well. They became more wiggly, and the stump seemed even smaller. One day, Skunk Bushytail was sleeping in a corner like he usually did during the day. But Bumble the bear was thinking about catching fish. In his mind, he saw a giant trout leaping up right in front of him. He jumped forward trying to catch it and stepped on Skunk.
Skunk was torn from his sleep and thinking that someone was trying to catch him, or worse. He raised his tail and
a horrible, unbearable smell rose from the stump. Everybody was up. There was nothing to do but get out into the open. One after the other, the animals left, waving goodbye to their new friends. My snout is burning from the stench, for now I must be gone. I will be back in a week or two when this foul smell is done.
Never I've sprayed on companions before. When we get back, it won't stink anymore.
Reeking stench brings me outside. Our friendship, it will not divide.
Never I've sprayed on companions before. When we get back, it won't stink anymore.
In haste I must fly from this earthy smell and leave my new friends to themselves. The stench disappears when the blossoms swell. The rest I can leave to the elves.
With every leap I bound away from this disgusting smell. Once in my pond, I'll wash myself. The stories I will tell.
Nimble feet run over melting snow to get away from unrelenting smell. But I dream of snuggling with a bear. I hope that someday things will turn out well.
A home full of warmth we had found in the snow. Now wind must come in to make that smell go, make that smell go.
After Bunny left, only the stump remained empty yet again. But time would pass, and so would the smell, and the stump could be a home again for the 7 new friends.
A home full of warmth we had found in the snow. Now wind will come in and make the smell go, make the smell go.
Thank you very much. City of Greenbelt Councilmember Edward Putins has generously given the money to make it possible for us to come here, so thanks to him. I'm not sure if he's here today, I don't see him, but he makes this possible. Thank you. Thank you for coming out.